So, here we are in Game 2 of PSG LGD up against Fnatic. We are, of course, still in the group stage of TI, so these are best of twos. PSG LGD has taken the first game in, I want to say convincingly in the end, but for a long time Fnatic was on top. Wouldn't say it was a massive comeback, but LGD just found their timings, found their items with Refresher, Cataclysm into Chrono, and ended up just cleaning up Fnatic quite easily. So having a look at the second draft, our bans that have come out first, we're looking at AA being banned. In my opinion, quite a strong support at the moment. I've seen AA banned a lot. Just the amp magic damage and the shard. The shard that AA gets is very, very strong. Very good for controlling the map, controlling the team fights. And of course, AA's ulti.
10 seconds remaining.
It's probably his strongest ability. Lycan's banned as well.
5 seconds remaining.
Just want to avoid dealing with the wolf bite shenanigans. And that really seems why you pick Lycan these days. You pick Lycan to get the wolf bite. That seems to be why you do it. Lena's been also banned. And the wolf bite seems to, that strat seems to originate in China. So LGD probably quite adept at running that sort of strategy, so the Lycan will be banned out. Monkey's also been banned, Tiny banned, not giving that Tiny away. They don't want to have to deal with it this game. And the Sven as well. Wyvern banned too. So many of the heroes from that first game won't be featured in this second game. And lastly, the Night Stalker's gone too. Let's have a look at what picks have come out. So we're looking at an IO Storm for Fnatic. Very, very mobile. Storm is looking to get pickoffs. IO wants to partner up and relocate in for the kill, and then take their core back to farming. Keep utilizing the map to the fullest potential. On PSG LGD, they've gone with the Tank Brothers first up. We've got Elder Titan and Magnus. Horn Central. I mean, there's Horns on Disruptor as well, right? So, a very horny team on PSG LGD. So, is this some sort of core Elder Titan? Are we looking at a core Elder Titan here? It's a potential. It always has potential that it will be a core Elder Titan. I'm tempted to think it might be because we see the Disruptor, which is probably the POS 5. Probably the POS 5 Disruptor. Unless we're seeing something crazy, and I wouldn't expect that out of LGD. So Fnatic should be looking for other heroes to make plays, because Storm is active. IO wants to use that relocate. You want to have an offlaner that can initiate with a stun and save the Storm in dicey situations. Void's been banned. Fnatic were having none of that. They weren't having any more of that Void. Pangolier, really good hero. Either as a 3 or 4. I would severely doubt being a mid since we already have the Storm picked. But Pango, very, very strong. The Rolling Thunder is going to look to control the team fight, particularly against melee heroes. So we've got the Magnus and the Elder Titan already picked. So Rolling Thunder is going to be very effective against them. Of course, if the Elder Titan goes the core route, then Pango is going to be very, very sad against that Elder Titan. So, Disruptor glimpse into Static Storm. I mean, an interaction that is very likely to happen in this game is the disruptor glimpse on the IO, or more likely, the disruptor glimpse on the core that the IO brought with them. Now, assuming that core
Turn to pick.
doesn't have BKB, there's our core to pair up with the IO.
Radiant team's turn to ban.
Tinker.
And we're going to see a Tinker. Very exciting. This Tinker is going to... I mean, in the pubs we've seen Tinker as pos 5, Tinker as pos 4, Tinker as mid. Is this a nothing to say Tinker?
5 seconds remaining.
Or is this a Xingqiu Tinker?
Dire team ban.
I mean, I'm very intrigued by LGD's draft right now. Don't have anyone else to bounce off of here, so at the moment it's looking like
10 seconds
probably mid Magnus or pos 1
remaining.
Magnus,
Radiant team ban.
5 Disruptor, potentially a 3 Elder Titan with a 4 Tinker. We might be looking, we're either looking at Armaze or Nothing to Say Zero last, I think. Fnatic's banned out a Beastmaster,
10 seconds remaining.
which is the offlane, which
5
makes them
seconds
think that
remaining.
they're actually trying to get rid of Faith Beyond's hero.
Radiant team's turn to pick.
But they do get the trolls, so maybe they've even changed what they thought that they were banning out there in the end. Which I think is a better ban. I'm not convinced that they're still looking for an offlaner on LGD. Slider comes out. Perfect hero to pair up with the IO as well. Give that overcharge, give the attack speed, as well as the Storm as well. Provide that vision so the Storm can chase down. And of course deal that bonus damage with the Corrosive
10
Haze.
seconds remaining.
Pango's very good with the Corrosive Haze as well. Actually, the whole team seems to be
5
quite...
seconds remaining.
benefits a lot from that Corrosive Haze. The Slider last pick seems very good. I'm tempted to say that Fnatic might actually have it here. Like, we're yet to see LGD's last pick. And of course, there's the aspect of the players. I mean, I'm not really talking about the players at the moment. I'm more talking about the drafts. And the last pick Slider does a lot for Fnatic's draft. Provides a bit of chase, a little bit of initiation, damage amp,
Choose your hero.
Terrorblade, Arme Terrorblade. Is going to be the offlane Magnus. Offlane Magnus with the mid Storm Spirit, safe lane Gyrocopter. Meanwhile, over on LGD's side, we do have Nothing to Say on the Tinker, taking it mid, Arme going safe lane with the Terrorblade, and Faith Beyond taking the Magnus to the offlane. Xingqiu will play that Elder Titan as a 4, and Y will have the Disruptor as the 5. Very interested to see how this Tinker goes. The new Tinker, recently reworked about a month before TI, so no longer has the March of the Machines, loses that ability to flash farm, but no longer needs to rush Boots of Travel because it has the ability to TP around. Played the first triple kill.
Prepare for
Gyrocopter.
battle.
Highest network at end. I think Gyrocopter. I think Fnatic's gonna get this. I think early smoke coming out here just while we're doing our predictions. Okay. Righto. So, early movement. Fnatic spots it out. Def's here. He does have the stun level 1 instead of the bash. I mean, the crowd cheers are going crazy. Start of the game. It's 5-man Dota right here at the moment. We have the homing missile coming out. The reflection there to slow them down. Stun again. And it turns out at the end of the day, everyone's just casting spells, using their mana, and no one's really dying. Over at mid again, Chuan's looking... At the moment, LGD seems to have bullied away Fnatic from the runes. I mean, LGD, as it stands, are getting 3 runes. Are Fnatic going to fight for this one? They do have the stun. And they will get that one. Are they looking for a first blood here? Homing missile comes out. They're hitting, and first blood. Will there be a return kill on Def? No, he lives. So first blood goes to Death against the Terrorblade. He's going to love that for his lane. Nothing to say, Tinker. Got the rockets, level 1. Ready to start spamming them out. Bottom lane, Raven's made it to the bottom safely. And he'll enjoy having some time alone. However, Magnus hasn't leveled anything yet. Magnus with the Empower does deal too much damage for Gyrocopter to last hit with against. So that could be a little bit dangerous. Gyrocopter's going to need to perhaps try and bully away that Magnus so he can get some last hits. Death's going to get healed up by jabs on the Wisp, so that early damage isn't going to be too impactful. Nothing to say, he's now got the level 2, the laser and the missiles, and already he is laying into Chuan. Raven chasing away Wild the Disruptor, who's actually down in the offlane this game. We have a pull being got off by DJ. Just get that lane back under the tower of Raven, make it a little safer for him. Meanwhile, Arme is easily last hitting as well under the tower. Very easy to last hit under the tier 1 towers these days. And Xinq is mirroring the bottom lane and getting off a pull as well. Stun comes out. Def getting the hits. But Terrorblade, 13 armor under tower. Highest base armor hero in the game. DJ with the shield crash, level 1. A little bit slow, a little bit of damage reduction. Surprised he didn't go in there and use it a little bit, try and bully them out. They do have the flak cannon. Would have been a lot of damage onto Faith Beyond. Here they go. Actually, this is not going well for Faith Beyond. He actually skewered both back. We have the Squashbuckle, but he will be just fine. Meanwhile, kill middle to nothing to say with the rockets and the laser. Very, very strong early. Jabs trying to get the pull off, but will be interrupted by Xinq. Let's have a look how last hits are going. So far, Magnus. In fact, the 3 cores of LGD are all at the top of the last hit chart. All feeling very good so far. Gyrocopter has just made it in there at the moment. But LGD off to a flyer. You can see they do have the net worth lead. Terrorblade popping the Metamorphosis just to control the lane, get those last hits, put a little bit of pressure on Def so he's not so keen on coming up and hitting him. And we have Y just playing around with DJ a little bit. How is this happening? Chuan dying twice to Nothing to Say's Tinker. Glimpse back on DJ. So, Nothing to Say's Tinker is having a very good game. He's already level 5, already working towards the Blink Dagger. Jabs will deny him that rune. But Chuan, he's not even... He's almost halfway to level 5. Nothing to Say, he's a creep away from level 6. Top lane, not much is going to happen up here. Unless they get very keen on each other. I mean, Xingqiu might go down. Stun. And one more hit. Yep, gets him. Xingqiu will go down to Jabs. Got a little bit excited there, Xingqiu, chasing around. I think he needs to realise that Terrorblade is not under a lot of pressure. Does have that base armor. He does have the Falcon Blade already. And he's quite safe farming near his tower if he knows that his Elder Titan is around just to give him backup if he needs it. Mid lane, we do have Disruptor moving in. Tinker's level 6. Glimpse is going to come out. No, just the field. Jabs takes some tower hits. TP in from DJ just to make sure that Chuan is safe. Chuan is desperately trying to get to level 6. There's a ward. That shows the ward. They know the ward's sitting behind the tower. The rockets managed to hit him when he should not have been in vision. In the slightest. What is Wire doing in this neighborhood? So, moving towards Arme top. Death's here. Death's here. Jabs a little low on mana though, but they are going to go in on this Xingqiu Elder Titan. They're going to get the stun again. Overcharge, making him hit very quick. Stuns up again. And he's gone. This is a kill that Death and Jabs can get over and over again. Mid lane. No, thought I missed something there for a moment. Having PTSD about mid lane deaths. Chuan is fine. Top lane. Nothing to Say. Comes in. Throws out the artillery. And Death feels it. But they're diving in. Stomp. Catches them. And Nothing to Say will just TP out. Xingqiu looking for the Tranquil Boots. Won't be too long till he gets those. Just needs the Windlace. Why? You might ask. Is Gyrocopter leveling Flak Cannon stats? Because that is the strongest farming build right now. Got the homing missile out. They want to try and get involved. Out comes the RP, and this little bit of harass onto Faith Beyond has turned out to be a kill in the opposite direction. 2 kills in the opposite direction. Raven will clean up the Disruptor, but it wasn't really worth it. Those kills end up going the way of PSG LGD against the Storm. And Storm was already having a bad game. He was trying to make a rotation there to get himself back into the game. Try and catch up a little bit of gold through kills since he's fallen behind a fair bit. And it just backfires on him. Meanwhile, Terrorblade has a DVD. This Tinker. This is going to be a hard one. This is going to be a hard one. I just need to follow this Tinker around wherever he's going. Because he's going to have a lot of damage and a lot of kills. He's got the Blink Dagger. It's going to be hard to keep up with. That ward is still sitting mid. Chuan. He's got the static ramp. He's got Thunderstrike on him. The rocket's coming. There's only one rocket. It's not going to be enough. We'll dodge it. Nothing to say. TP's in. TP's out. Gyrocopter, where are you going with your farm? He's already got the Crystallis, so he's going for early game damage. And following up with the Blade of Alacrity, maybe into a Yasha, maybe an SNY. Chuan wants to get the Orchid, try and shut down this Tinker, perhaps the Magnus or the Disruptor. Lots of good targets for Orchid. Meanwhile, LGD is moving bottom. There's 4 down here. DJ sitting in the trees. He's going to get found. DJ, we see you. He's going to swashbuckle and... oh, lives just. Another millisecond and he would have got caught by that skewer. Bottom tower is under siege. It doesn't look like LGD are going to defend tower.
Radiant's bottom tower's got problems. Are those cracks in Dire's top tower is gone. Just a cold fog left behind.
So nothing to say. Just coming in to say hello with a bit of harass. I mean, a bit of harass is half health. That's what a bit of harass is.
Not much good's happening to Radiant's
But
bottom
nothing to say, was a little bit scared and just blinked back. Not quite sure where the members of Fnatic were.
Radiant's middle tower could use some help.
LGD trying to play the objectives game. They've already got bottom tower. They want to get mid tower. Mid tower gives a lot of map control, whether you be Dire or Radiant. They've TP'd in Xingqiu. He's going to come around the back as well here, try and put a pressure on. Notice that the back is now open because this tower bottom doesn't provide as much safety now. So LGD can move through this jungle fairly safely. Okay, from the north. Fnatic are smoked on the Storm and DJ. He has 6. Rolling Thunder is available. Chuan still doesn't have that Orchid, but PSG sense it and they do their own counter smoke. They're going to see the Gyro. Gyro's going to be very low after the missile hits him. To the north, Jabs is found. There's going to be a glimpse if he goes anywhere. And he's used the relocate. He didn't get out. And he is dead. Which he says, I'm dead. Thanks. Not very necessary, am I? GJ is looking for the blink. He wants to be able to control certain heroes in the fight. But, as I said before, LGD, they're playing the objectives game. They want these towers. They're making big movements to secure towers. Arme, just saying hello to Chuan. I mean, Chuan's just going to TP out. That's the safest place for him is back here, because I'm not sure he can battle up against the Terrorblade currently. Xingqiu misses the stomp, but it was dodged deftly by Death. He should be surely close to his Blink Dagger soon as well. In fact, is it coming out on the courier? He's got his Hood of Defiance. Maybe his courier is sending out the Blink Dagger as well. Yes, there it is. So he's going to have the Blink Dagger and the Hood of Defiance and the Treads. He's very strong. They need to use this timing. This is where Fnatic fell behind a little bit last game. They got the early kills, they got the early items, and they didn't get the early rotations or the early damage done because of those items. Double TP, looking top, Brave is in trouble. Flak Cannon activated. But with Tinker there, Tinker's just too much damage. What are you meant to do against Tinker? They get the initiation, and they get the kill. That's simple. If you can just kill Tinker. Just kill Tinker, find him on the map, find him napping a little bit. I mean, he had Blink there, didn't he? Yeah, he had Blink. Nothing to say. Just a little bit slow on the reactions. Def going on the Magnus. Magnus skewering him back. Okay. Cheering, still coming through. Raven farming the jungle camps. Terrorblade. What items are we moving towards now? Looks like we're getting a Manta next. That will be very useful when Storm eventually gets his Orchid. The Manta's out. So Orchid now does nothing. Assuming that the Manta is on cooldown. This game is very slow right now. Not a lot happening. Not much going on. Both teams just feeling each other out. We're 15 minutes in. Orchid's up on Storm. He's going to want to use that. He's got an active item. He wants to put it to use. But if he puts it to use around the wrong person, on the wrong person, such as this Terrorblade, he's not going to get any value at all. Raven working towards that Ags. Glimpse comes out though, and Pangolier is gone. Storm, long zip in. But Storm, you're out of mana and you're out of health. Static Storm's dropped. Rockets are coming. Metamorphosis was popped as well. And that's 3 dead on Fnatic. And in the blink of an eye, this is starting to look a little like Game 2 again. Not so much in the Chronos and the Cataclysms, but just in terms of crispness around the map. Fnatic just seems to be a little bit being caught a little bit around the map with their positioning. You're on top. Death's trying to make something happen against Nothing to Say. Nothing to Say does have the defense matrix. Bullwhip. People's Gift. Different items going over to the other teams. Twan still looking for an opportunity to use this Orchid. Maxed Glimpse on the Disruptor. Maxing Kinetic Field next. Wants to get more value out of that Static Storm. At this point in the game, LGD's got to be happy. They have to be happy. Because they understand that they go later. Now, Fnatic have forced the issue. They're going into the Roche Pit. The Elder Spirit is going to come in and scout them out. Is that going to be enough to scare them off? Yes, it is. They back out. This is the Ags timing on the Gyrocopter. So they go back in. They've got the Corrosive Haze, which is going to amp up the damage. And it's going to be enough to get the Aegis on Gyrocopter.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
So now with the Aegis on Gyrocopter, we're going to be, they're going to look for another smoke. Got the dagger on Death. He's going to look for the initiation. Disruptor would be a good pick to start the fight. In they go. RP's out. Earth Splitter comes out as well. Def's gonna get taken down, but in the roll, no, Rolling Thunder's coming out. Raven's going to work with the flak cannon right in the middle of the fight. Tinker's been taken. Terrorblade's isolated. He's off to the side of the fight. And Def's back in. The stun's out again. Sunder out on the Pangolier. Storm, he's waiting for it. He goes back in. He doesn't have the pull. And the sleep will come out onto the Gyrocopter and the Storm Spirit. Mango's being fed to the Storm to keep him up. Successful team fight for Fnatic. They will take the tier 1. Of course, that was still on the back of that Gyrocopter Aegis. You saw there that no one really wanted to go in on Gyrocopter. He had the Aegis and he was just dealing the flak damage hits from the middle of the fight. Maybe did make it out alive and is working towards this Skadi. Of course, his farm is being grossly accelerated by the Empower. So he's a Terrorblade with Empower. Terrorblade with Cleave. He's feeling very, very good about his farm rate at the moment. As you can see, he's 2k ahead of the Gyrocopter with the Ags. Of course, the Ags is a recent pickup, but this Terrorblade is going to be massive. Give this Terrorblade another 10 minutes, and he's going to be, 4 or 5 slotted. He's going to have another item in 6 or 7 minutes. Relocate used. Just to go sneak bottom, sneak back top, just showing on the map a little bit, using it to push the lanes. Because if you want to try and take this tier 2 top, you want to make sure that this bottom tier 2 is not going to be exposed. And that's what they were using the relocate there for, just to get that bottom lane out a little bit. Meanwhile, Magnus is caught. Death doesn't have a BKB, and he's going to go down to the Tinker. Terrorblade's pop the Metamorphosis. The big boys in town, and they immediately smoke. They want more. What do they want? They want kills, they want towers. Meta is pop, so I'm thinking they want towers. They have the Skadi. No, they just want farm. This Terrorblade with the Skadi now is incredibly strong. The side of Fnatic don't want to fight him. Pre-Terror... Storm looking to avoid the jump. He's going to zip and TP. The glimpse gets him into the static storm. But there's no kinetic field. So he's fine to zip away, and he'll do a long zip. But there's an illusion there. The illusion's there waiting. The Terrorblade illusion is very strong. It's chasing him. Meanwhile, I gotta go back up here. Disruptor's being caught by the Death and Gyrocopter. And into the middle of the fight. Earth Splitter comes out. Rolling Thunder. They found the TB. Death's on top of him. He's got the stuns. He's going to have the bash. He's got the next one. Gyrocopter's there as well. RP. Big RP. But the BKB got off on the Gyrocopter. Gyrocopter's going to turn and fight. Cooldown goes. Flak cannon's out. But he can't fight against this Arme Terrorblade. It's too much. Supporting cast on the side isn't going to help Raven. Raven's being pushed back into the tower. And Tinker is dealing all the damage in the backlines. Wisp, he came over to help his carry, but he's dead now as well. DJ is off in the jungle trying to survive. He's in the tree line. If only they could get vision on him, and they do, and he's gone. As I said about 5 minutes ago, it's quickly starting to look like a bit of a replica of Game 1. PSG are just outplaying their opponents a little bit here. They're only 6k up. They don't have a massive net worth lead. They've let Fnatic play the game. They've let Fnatic farm a little bit. And then when the time comes, they get this Skadi on the Terrorblade. That's the timing. Everyone knows. Skadi Terrorblade, let's go. Drop tools. Let's go smoke out. See if we can find them. Everyone knows that's the procedure. And they did it well. Meanwhile, Terrorblade is still farming. And he's now, what, 4k ahead of Gyrocopter. Wasn't he 2k before? Now he's 4k? He's just running away with the net worth battle. Okay. At the moment, Terrorblade is just using the illusions to push waves, push jungle. Still a tier 1 standing bottom, but Tinker is on guard for that. Anything that comes close to tier 1 bottom, Tinker is guarding it with his lasers, his rockets, his life. Meanwhile, real Terrorblade is top. Gonna push the lane out. But Fnatic are around. But will they find DJ? Yes, they will. They get the sleep. Are they interested in DJ? Do they want him? They just think it's a bit of a bad chase. And still on the hunt. Still on the hunt. And he looks like he's going to TP out to safety. Thank you, Grasscrawler. Doing my best. So we got the IO and the Gyrocopter moving on the opposite side of the map because they can use that relocate to join the fight whenever they need it. Gyrocopter got the BKB, but it wasn't enough to really save him last fight against that Skadi of the Terrorblade. And now Terrorblade has a BKB. So BKB Terrorblade, he's not scared of anything. Nothing on the side of Fnatic can harm him. For 9 seconds of the fight, he's going to be immune to anything on their team. I mean, technically, the Slider could get on top of him and hit him, but I think if the Slider gets on top of the Terrorblade and tries to hit him, it's really just going to be the Terrorblade hitting him. It's going to be happening the other way. So, LGD pushing back Fnatic to their base with the illusions. They might commit here. They have the Blink RP with the Force Staff. If they can drag Raven away, the BKB comes out. But that's nothing committed. Absolutely nothing. That was a Blink Horn Toss. A Blink Horn Toss committed by the side of LGD, and they get the BKB out of Raven. It's on cooldown for 60 seconds. Down to 7-second timing. Not going to have much left. PSG LGD are moving back. They want to try and take this tier 1 mid. They realize that if Raven wants to defend without a BKB, then Tinker is going to have a field day with him. And they're just marching down the lanes. They don't even have an Aegis at this point. They're just forcing because they know that they're stronger. They realize, LGD realize that there's nothing really that Fnatic can do. The cooldown is just to try and delay. The defense matrix is going to come out constantly on this Terrorblade, constantly making him safe. The glyph's going to be used, but it's going to go. Rolling Thunder coming in with the blink. Slider gets in on top of him. BKB. Do they have enough burst? They force him inside and they kill the Terrorblade. He didn't get the BKB off. Storm's on the chase. Out comes the Yules. Glimpse to try and get him back. BKB comes out. He's trying to TP out, but he gets stunned as well. Disruptor goes down. The Force Staff play to get him away from his team. And Terrorblade, BKB unused. And into the Rosh Pit they go. Fnatic. They pull out a defense. I don't know where the RP was. The Magnus RP was not there. It's almost like they didn't expect Fnatic to make the play against the Terrorblade. And now Gyrocopter has the Aegis. This is quite a swing. Gyrocopter with the Aegis, and he's almost got Satanic. He's going to have that lifesteal. He's going to be very strong. He's just hit level 19. He's almost 3000 HP.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And they're relocating bottom.
Dire's middle tower.
They're trying to get this Magnus. Can they get the Magnus? They got the Rolling Thunder. They've interrupted the TP. Magnus will go down. The homing missile's coming in. Death's here with the stun. And he did try and almost get a sneaky kill then. But back to mid lane. Gyrocopter with the BKB. He's having to fight, but he's TPing out and he will get to safety. Somehow, Wisp is back bottom? He must have just TP'd. No? Okay. I don't know how that happened. Anyway, back mid lane. Are they getting a little excited here? They just want to get this kill on the Disruptor. They will get it. The BKB will be forced on Death just to force that one out. And all of a sudden, if we look at the graphs, LGD were in a very, very dominant position. Oh. And kills all over the map. Chuan finds Elder Titan off in the trees. This game was almost on cruise control for LGD. They were not really thinking about this. I think they'd almost put this one in the bag. And Fnatic say, excuse you, but we're still in this game. You can't just tell us that it's over. Claiming the shrine on the north side, the outpost. And this top tier 2 is now fair game. Looks like they're going to take it out. Magnus, no RP for 10 seconds. So it will be up for the next engagement. Gyrocopter will take this top lane. Earth Splitter will be up in 5. Everyone's going to have their ultimates.
Are those cracks in Dire's top tower? Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Minus 6 second flak cooldown. Gyrocopter can get to level 25. Smoke through the mid lane. Led by Storm. Death's in the behind, and so is... Oh, they've scanned. They know where they are. They know they're on the high ground. They're going to blink up. Miss the stun, though. Storm trying to get on the back line. He's found the Disruptor. 4-staffed away. Storm, though, he's low on mana. He's going to have to battle. The Glimpse gets him, but he BKBs and TPs away. Pangolier will be the one casualty, and he'll get caught out on the back lines. He didn't get the Rolling Thunder off, and he will go down. Metamorphosis was popped by the Terrorblade, so he'll hit that tier 2 and reduce it to rubble. 1 minute 20 left on the Aegis. Gyrocopter needs some more damage. He's going to buy out. He's buying out for the Silver Edge. He's buying out for the Silver Edge, so there is no buyback on Gyrocopter. And he won't have it for a while. He wants to go in. They get the stun, the amplified damage. Corrosive Haze comes out. Raven comes running in, but the Tinker's there. With the lasers, with the rockets. Earth Splitter misses everything. 4-staff away from Disruptor. Why? He's trying to get out, but Death's still on the hunt. Arm A, making it back to the safety of his high ground.
Ooh, Dire's courier got killed. Those things aren't cheap, you know.
But all the while, the Aegis is ticking down. 26 seconds left. And LGD, they'll know this timing. They will look to immediately smoke. They're going to clear this mid wave. And then they're going to look to smoke out and try and catch Raven napping. They're going to push out this bottom lane. They're going to see this. Here's the smoke. It's what I said is going to happen. They're moving down mid lane. Do they know where Fnatic are? They seem to get the feeling they might be in their triangle. That's the way they're angling, but I don't think they know they're actually in their own jungle. They've actually smoked past Fnatic, straight down mid lane. And they end up getting some deep wards on the side of LGD.
Radiant's middle tower could use
And
help.
looking to force Fnatic back to their side of the map. After all, this Terrorblade illusion, it's hitting the tower. And it gets it. Tier 3 tower goes down.
Has fallen.
The death by 1,000 cuts. Terrorblade illusions. It's almost as bad as having a Naga Siren on the other team. We're not even going to go close to your base. We're just going to send the illusions in. And slowly, we're just going to chip it down. One by one, the illusions will come in. Going to target the range racks. This guy's done it before. He knows what's up. And the illusions, they're really having trouble dealing with them. That range rack is down to 400 HP. It just lost 1,000 HP. Raven clearing the mid wave. He's used the flak cannon though. It's on cooldown. Needs to have that up for the fight. 7 seconds. It's just turned night time. DJ scouting it out with the ward. He's gonna blink in. He's gonna try and catch that backline. 4 staff away. Rolling Thunder through. BKB. They're on the yellow tide on the backline. They can't quite bring him down yet. Lotus Orb out, and they will get him. Gyrocopter though, he's heading in the opposite direction. Tinker has found the storm, and he's hexed, and he's lasered into oblivion. Meanwhile, Jabs, 6 seconds, 5, 4, 3, 2, dead. And LGD, just like that, strike back. They are motoring down bottom lane. They have run out of meta, so no Metamorphosis, but there's the Blink RP. 3 buybacks, 4 buybacks coming out. Storm goes in. But Storm, he didn't get the BKB off. The Static Storm caught him. Storm is dead with no buyback. Raven's coming in. He's cleaning up with the cooldown, with the flak cannon. Forces them off, and Tinker buys back. Lots of buybacks coming out from Fnatic. 1, 2, 3 buybacks only to the 1 buyback of LGD. But it was the Tinker buyback. This is the one you want to get. But Fnatic are now on a precipice. They really have to go all in here. They don't have buybacks. If that happens again, if they get caught again by another Blink RP, they don't have the buybacks. Outcome, they're looking for Xin on this Elder Titan. They will get the pick. They see Terrorblade. They know where he is. He's being protected by Tinker. Tinker has got that Ags, the Shrink Laser, the Shrink Ray, and the Defense Matrix. You can't forget, Fnatic is running this Wisp. They have lots of mobility around the map. The Leveler and Stormcrafter drop as the tier 4 items for Fnatic. Fnatic starting to feel a little better about themselves, starting to use the voice lines. They understand that they've come back in this game a little bit, but things are close. DJ just passing near Y and Arme.
Radiant's bottom tower's got problems.
They're going to get the D wards, and they know that Roche is up. The illusion scouted it out. Raven TP's back bottom. Clear out the wave. Meanwhile, Terrorblade gets bigger. He's going to have the Swift Blink soon. It's going to come out not too far away. This Y Static Storm is very important. Okay, they're forcing the Roche. In they go. DJ knows. He's pinging it out. He's saying, guys, come over here. I got to roll. They're going to get it. I have to go in there. He's into the pit. He's going to roll back and forth. And he's just dead. He buys back in, trying to get back into the fight. BKB's been used. Same in the meta. Roche is low though. They still have an RP. Gyrocopter throwing the cooldown just to try and get some vision. Haste outside the pit, being denied by the illusion. Roche, 1700 HP. RP comes out on death. Aeon Disc pops. BKB's trying to run away, but he runs into a Terrorblade. See you later. That's not where you want to go in. Static Storm's down. Chuan's gone on the back line. In he goes with the BKB. Gyrocopter's in the middle. He snatches the Aegis and he is hitting. 1 life down. He doesn't have a lot of support left. He's going to get hexed, shrink raid, and dead. So they managed to snatch the Aegis. But Raven has no buyback. This is a Terrorblade with Empower. They are going to push very quickly. They know that Gyrocopter has no buyback. They know that Slaughter has no buyback. They know that Storm is trying to delay. Wards come out. They're going for the end. Tier 4s are under siege. Wisp is going to try and delay with the Balls of Light. He can't get too close though. He can get easily picked off. That's 1 tier 4 down. They don't have a glyph. Storm's going to have to go in. He gets the Ags. Comes in with the Rolling Thunder. Is it enough? They're going to try and get the control on the Terrorblade. And they get him. Terrorblade is dead for 98 seconds. But Tinker is still alive. Magnus is still up. The Glimpse comes back. Wisp gets caught. He gets skewered and hexed. Tinker is just doing the work from the back lines. And it's only poor old Pangolier with no assistance. He has to go in. He's got the maximum damage reduction off, but when he's constantly hexed, constantly controlled, it's not going to be enough. They dropped everything to try and kill the Terrorblade. They got him, but at the end of the day, there's still a Magnus, and that's GG. Game 2 goes to PSG LGD over Fnatic in this group stage of TI10.